Hi everybody, I've just realised I've got my Interceptor. I've had it now probably about 3 or 4 months and I've never done a proper review on it. So I think I'll share with you some of my thoughts, my likes and my dislikes. As I've already said, I bought it a couple of months ago because I had a Royal Enfield Meteor 350 before, but I wanted something with a bit more power, although I really missed that bike. This is the 650 Interceptor parallel twin.
It's a way out.
As you can see from the insert that I just put up, it's that beautiful, I think you'd call it burnt orange. Originally, years back when I wanted it in the blue, but I think the burnt orange is one of the best colours around.
You go.
I filmed this in the summer of 25 in Newquay, so obviously a lot of idiots are around with the driving. It's an absolute nightmare at the moment, especially on a motorbike, as you may probably find out if you ride. My only real dislike with the Interceptor, I think where the pegs are located. They're right in the position directly under your legs, so when you go to put your feet on the floor, you have to kind of sidestep them. But I do believe that one of these companies that deal with the Interceptor parts sell pegs that will either move them or stay up.
Lucky little git.
The other minor criticism with the bike is I think I'd like slightly thicker tyres on them. I know it's a retro looking bike, but the front tyre feels really thin and sometimes at speed feels a little bit skittish on corners. Otherwise the bike handles amazingly. I did take the stock air filter out and put the K&N in, which is a recommended modification. It's made a hell of a difference, and also given the bike a really good induction roar when you accelerate. Feels like a train in all gears, even though it's only a little 650. The power of it is, and the torque is amazing. I've got a 1250 Suzuki FA, which obviously is a really fast bike. But the speed of this bike is amazing, considering it's A2 compliant as well. The one fault I've got on the bike at the moment is it did pass its MOT, but it has got a slightly warped front disc, so when you brake you tend to get the on and off pulling. But I had actually ordered one of these from Royal Enfield in India, and it turned up within about a week or two of a pretty good price. So I've just got to get around to fitting it. I've not done any particularly long journeys on the bike at the moment with the bench seat, but it feels fairly comfortable. The Meteor seat was less comfortable, and I did take that to France and was fine, so I'll guess that this seat would be ideal.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
As with all Royal Enfields now, they seem to have really cracked build quality, because the bike is stunningly built. Paintwork is fantastic, the wheels are fantastic. In general, the feel of the bike feels much higher quality. I had a Triumph Enfield once had the black fog off the back. Months ago, and it came with touring screen, which I think kills the look. I like the retro look, and a few other extra little pieces. I think eventually I'd like to get some panniers, and again, reasonably priced, you can get some panniers up front. Stopping power of the bike's pretty good as well. Once I've done my front disc, then it stops pretty quickly. Front and back brakes, it's only a single disc on the front, but it's adequate for the bike. The only other modification I've done was I put some new shocks on the back, because the original ones, I'm 6 foot, so I can actually flat foot the bike okay, but my wife wanted to ride it too, so I've just lowered it very slightly, and I think it's increased the handling of the bike, because before the suspension was quite firm.
Just as well I weren't going up there.
Fuel economy is pretty good as well. I think I'm getting about 45 to the gallon, which for the 650 isn't bad. I know that some of the newer engines on the newer bikes can do more than that. The Meteor got around about 90 to 100 to the gallon, but it was half the size. I'd like to find a better way of splitting the audio. In other words, being able to speak and also hearing the bike. I think I'm going to have to do a twin setup for that. But I've left this audio in. I know there's a lot of moaning and whinging on it. I think that makes it really something that we all do when we ride or drive. and just let you watch the ride so you can hear the bike and see how it handles, and I'll come back towards the end.
You don't want to be overtaken.
To sum up my feelings about the Interceptor 650, fantastic value for money, build quality exceptional considering the price that you pay, spares are easy to get, power is more than adequate for most people. Obviously if you've been riding a fast sports bike it may not be, but for anybody else it's perfectly okay. Fantastically handling bike, and I think one of the best looking bikes around. I'd say it's one of my favourite bikes I've ever had. Hope that's come to some use for somebody. If you're thinking of getting one, definitely take one for a spin, and if not, just take a chance and buy it. You won't regret it. When I get time, I'll take my 1250 FA out of Suzuki and do a quick run through on that bike and my likes and dislikes of that. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon.